So, today is Sunday, October 6th. So that means this is the sixth day. I've only done five, obviously, of Sober October. If you didn't watch the previous video, I am participating in Sober October, or something that Joe Rogan invented um, with his friends. And I don't drink, I don't do drugs, so I simply took it as like a month where you get rid of your vices. And so for me, it is no sugar, excepting like bread, normal stuff, but like, no soda, candy, ice cream, any of that kind of stuff. Uh, Anything that makes life worth living, like cheesecake. uh, so no sugar, no politics, and no sexual stimulation of any kind. And it's 6 a.m. on Sunday, October 6th. It might be 6:06 a.m. Actually. So 666. There you go. I had a rough night. I was awake a lot of the night, and oh, it's interesting. So I did this last year, and the one that hit me the hardest was like not technically the no sugar altogether, because like I don't, I love ice cream, I love cheesecake, obviously, but I like to have something to drink besides. Well, I actually I've gotten to the point, thankfully, as an adult, where I enjoy drinking water, but sometimes with your dinner you just want some of the flavor. Like I want some lemonade. There's orange juice downstairs. I'd like some orange juice, but I can't have orange juice. Um, so the one that hit me the worst was like the wanting to have something to drink besides water. Um, People thought like the sex thing would be, to be clear, last year technically what I gave up was porn and I added masturbation into it. But the time I was seeing someone, so on a couple of occasions I was able to relieve that early on. So maybe that's the factor here, but I didn't have as much trouble with the sex thing until the very end. Um, there was an incident. I make it sound more so it doesn't matter, but I broke my stride around October 25th, I think. Uh, Stride, perhaps being the operative word. Um, so anyway, but I didn't have as much trouble with that then, and I don't know. I guess that's not the way like your sexuality works. Like you're not horny on a schedule. So last night I had a rough night. I didn't break. I mean I'm still fasting, so to speak. But like a couple of days ago, I met a beautiful woman, and uh, not somebody that like I know. It's not like somebody like we connected on Facebook, and there's a possibility. Just a stranger, and so she popped into my mind at like 3 a.m. And I've been struggling trying to get it out of my mind, but not struggling that much because it's like, let's enjoy this fantasy. Um, uh, but yeah, last night was rough. And as I said, like I had a sexual part. God, it sounds so clinical when you say it that way. I was seeing someone at the time when we were having sex last year. Uh, I feel like, and she would tell me like she noticed the difference that I was her only outlet. So she actually enjoyed October very much last year. Um, I'm not somebody who's interested in casual sex, generally speaking. I think I don't have anything against people doing it. It's just I don't think I've ever been the type of person that makes sense for. But this month, I don't know about that. I may have to. I may have to try and find someone to help me with my problem at the end of October. This is so weird. I don't know. Yeah. And that's but the thing about like doing something like this, and I mean I know people do Lent and what have you, but usually people only give out like one thing. I'm not gonna eat any bread for all of Lent. Actually, that would be really difficult for me. I eat bread with pretty much everything, which is probably the reason I'm fat. um, but giving up a bunch of things, that's a thing. Like, so my friend that is doing with me and did it last year as well. Like he berated me. Like he's taunted me for the entire year because I lost. I broke over the like I said like late October, and but I was like, dude, like you smoked a cigarette. And he's like, well, that wasn't part of the deal, which is technically true, but it's like it's kind of cheating because like when you have something that you really want that's a vice, sometimes taking another vice is sort of like a patch. It's like so when someone's in the AA, what is it, the 12-step program? One of their rules for alcoholics is like you can't have sex with anyone for like a year or two. I don't know this. I've never been. I'm not an alcoholic, but um, the reason is because like you're trading. You run the risk of trading one addiction for another. I assume that's the reason, but that is a factor. Like um, I can't do this, so I'm going to do a lot of that. I forget where I was going. Oh, but anyway, so you smoking cigarettes, and I was like, all right, like you did it technically, but you kind of fudged the rules there. You kind of fudged it, man. You know. And this year, I think he recognized that, or maybe he just didn't want to hear shit from me. So like this year, he's like, no cigarettes either, and he's actually having a rough time right now. Because like the thing about doing something like this is life doesn't want you to. There's always something, you know, somebody, yeah, bad things happen, and your instinct is to go for those vices, and that's kind of the point of doing it, you know. But yeah, it's gonna be a rough month. Uh, but I like I said, I may have to find somebody to help me take care of this thing. Um, and may God have mercy on their soul. All right. If anything else happens, I'll be sure to blog about it.